Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and as far as professional ethics is concerned, one of the important aspects that we need to understand the bar bench relationship. Now, while understanding this particular concept, we need to understand what is bar, what is bench, and then the roles of the bar to keep a good relationship with bench. At the same time, what are the roles of the bench to keep good relationship with bar? All of them are covered in this video, and let's get into the first slide. Bench and bars are the two arms of the same machinery. Bench is the place where judges sit and hear the case, and bar is the place from advocates argue any case. In a short manner, you can understand bench as judges and bar as advocates. Now, why is a good relationship between bench and bar is required? It is required for the healthy and timely delivery of any case. It helps in prevailing justice. It helps in saving time of the clients as well as the court. It helps saving the cost of all the people involved in the process of justice, and it also keeps positive atmosphere in the court. That way, the roles of both bar and bench is very important. And in my next slide, let us try understand the roles of the bar in keeping good relationship with bench. I have 5 important headings as far as the role of bar to keep good relationship with bench. When I say bench, it need not to be of just single judge. It can be of single judge or of 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 or 13 judges also. We have seen in the Kesavananda Bharati case where there were 13 judges and the final verdict came at 7:6 ratio. So when I say bench, just don't imagine the only judge sitting there. It may be a single judge or it may be of multiple judges also. Whatever the number of such bench strength, we need to respect all those judges. That is the first responsibility of the bar or an advocate. Remember, such respect should come both in the form of words as well as action. It can be verbal communication or maybe non-verbal communication. We cannot call a judge by name. Like for example, the judge might be very younger than the advocate. Even then, the advocates need to call the judge as the learned judge. We cannot call them by name. That is very important, and at all times we need to respect them. The second important aspect is giving right information to the bench is the responsibility of the bar. Giving right information includes giving relevant references as well as giving relevant case laws pertaining to that particular case law. Now, the judge is going to decide many cases on a same day, so it is the responsibility of all the advocates to ensure that he has stable mind throughout the day by not irritating such judges or the bench. That is very important responsibility. The third important responsibility of the role or an advocate is on judgment, he should not criticize the bench. That is very important. And if any advocate or the bar is not happy with the judgment of a particular bench, then he always have an opportunity to make an appeal and the same shall be utilized. The fourth one is not to pressurize or influence the judge. That is very important. You can influence the judge with your facts, witnesses, references, case laws, etc. But illegally on the off-site, you cannot discuss the case matter with the judge and influence him. That is not allowed. Likewise, one cannot pressurize the judge also. That is one of the important role of the bar. The last heading arises only when a judge or bench is not fair or irritating a bar. In that case, what happens? An advocate never should confront the bench in the open court hall. That is the very important requirement a bar or an advocate should always remember. Now, how to resolve the issue? The issue should always be tried to resolve in the chamber of the judge by discussion, or the bar can always take the support of the bar council. That is the best provision available. But there should not be any kind of direct confrontation in the court hall. In the next slide, let us try understand the role of the bench in keeping good relationship with the bar. In this slide, I am going to discuss 7 important roles of the bench to keep good relationship with bar. The first and foremost is giving judicial respect to the bar. That is the first responsibility. There should not be any kind of unwarranted or easy comments towards the bar by the bench. The second one is patience hearing. The listening is one of the important responsibility of the bench. It should not unnecessarily interrupt when there is an argument in progress or when the bar is examining the witness. That is the second important responsibility of the bench. And the third one is there should be proper interpretation by the bench as far as the case is concerned, and if there is a requirement, the technique of paraphrasing can also be utilized. Paraphrasing means repeating the statement made by the advocate. Now, by doing so, it gives an opinion to the advocate that the bench is hearing them properly. The fourth role is to give reasonable opportunity to both the parties. If there are new aspects coming in the case, there need to be time given for preparing on those new aspects, and if there are any technicalities coming in, there need to be time to understand those technicalities, and the court should not adjourn any case in hurry or give unreasonable adjournments. That is the role of the bench. The fifth and one of the most important role of the bench is to speedily dispose all the cases. Now, as fast as it concludes the cases, it reduces the burden of the bar also. At the same time, bars can focus on other cases. The sixth aspect is there should be very clear subject matter knowledge with the bench. Only then the cases get right direction, right justice will be given. The last one, the 4 eyes of the role of bench. This is very important. The bench should have integrity. The bench should have the angle of impartiality. The bench should be independent, and the bench should be industrious. That means it always need to be ready to work to whatever extent it is required. Sometimes it goes beyond the court time, but even then, if it is required to sit and hear the case, it is required by the bench to continue. Likewise, integrity, the court or the bench need to ensure that it is equal to all, and there should not be any kind of impartiality to any one party, and it should not be influenced by anyone. That is the responsibility of the bench or judge. Hope that was an easy lecture. There is no technical aspects involved in this lecture, and that way this is one of the easiest question that you can attend in your exam. With that, I am conclude. Thank you so much for subscribing my channel. Please like, share and comment my videos. All the very best for whatsoever purpose you are referring my channel, and thanks again.